For this science experiment, I left a pot of chicken curry untouched for several weeks. What I didn't expect was that it would become a complete ecosystem. In this video, we're going to trace that ecosystem from start to finish, uncover the food chain under the microscope, and find out exactly who's living here and who's eating who. To fully understand how this ecosystem works, we first have to figure out who's living inside of it. At first glance, I can already see several different types of mold, dozens of maggots, and signs of microscopic life hiding beneath the surface. But that's only what we can see with our eyes. To uncover the rest of this ecosystem, we're going to collect samples from every layer and examine each one under the microscope. If we're going to understand this ecosystem, we have to start at the beginning. So let's collect a sample of the mold and find out what's hiding inside this. So every ecosystem has to start somewhere. And in this one, it all begins with the mold. The moment food is left alone, mold spores floating through the air land on the surface. So if the conditions are just right, they begin to grow, spreading tiny thread-like strands throughout the whole food and slowly breaking it down. Without the mold and other fungi doing this job, dead plants and animals would pile up because nature depends on them to recycle nutrients. So before anything else could move into this pot, the mold had to move in first. Now let's see what it actually looks like under the microscope. At 40 times magnification, you can already see the mold spreading across the surface like a tangled web. Those thin thread-like strands are called hyphae, and together they make up the main body of the fungus. This is how the mold grows across the food, pulling nutrients from it as it spreads. So now at 100 times magnification, a lot more detail starts to come into focus. The branching hyphae are much more easier to see, and if you look closely, you might even see those tiny round structures beginning to form. Those are likely developing spores, which the mold uses to reproduce and spread to new food sources. Now we're up to 400 times magnification, and something really cool starts to appear. Instead of just seeing those branching network, we're now looking at hundreds of tiny round structures packed closely together. These are most likely fungal spores or spore-producing structures that the mold uses to reproduce and spread. If they're released into the air and land somewhere with enough moisture and nutrients, each one has the potential to grow into a brand new colony. It's incredible to think that what looks like a patch of mold on the surface is actually producing countless microscopic particles, quietly preparing to continue the fungus's life cycle. So once the mold begins breaking the food down, it doesn't stay unnoticed for long. So the flies were attracted to the smell of decaying food and lay their eggs on the surface. So just a short time later, those eggs hatch into lovely maggots. While they may look disgusting, they're actually one of nature's most efficient recyclers, feeding on the decaying material and helping speed up the decomposition process. Now let's take a closer look at this guy. So this might not be the prettiest creature you'll ever see, but it's one of the nature's most efficient recyclers. This is a fly larva, better known as a maggot, and its entire life is built around one simple goal: eating as much as possible. At the front of its body are two hardened mouth hooks. They may look like tiny fangs, but they're actually specialized tools that help the maggot grip, scrape, and pull apart soft decaying material. Every movement you see is helping it gather food and store energy for the next stage of its life. The rest of the body is made up of flexible segments packed with powerful muscles. Instead of legs, the maggot moves by contracting and stretching its body like an accordion, allowing it to crawl through a tight space and stay buried inside its food source. What's really cool is how fast this happens. Depending on the species and the temperature, a maggot can spend as little as 3 to 7 days feeding before it stops eating and forms a protective case called the pupa. Inside that case, its body is completely rebuilt. It develops wings, legs, compound eyes, and all the features of an adult fly. Just a few days later, the fly emerges, ready to reproduce and begin the entire cycle all over again. As unpleasant as they may seem, maggots play an important role in nature. Along with bacteria and fungi, they help recycle dead organic matter back into the environment, making nutrients available for countless other organisms in the ecosystem. But before this maggot ever becomes a fly, it's helping recycle the nutrients locked inside this pot of food. And it's not doing that job alone. Beneath the surface is an entire microscopic community working alongside it. Let's take a look. So the mold and maggots are only part of this ecosystem. The real surprise is hiding in the liquid beneath the surface. To the naked eye, it just looks like a very dirty water nasty, but under the microscope, it's an entirely different world. Let's take a look. So now we're looking at the liquid that collected beneath the mold and the maggots. At first glance, it just looks like dirty water, but at 100 times magnification, an entirely different world begins to appear. Tiny particles, thread-like structures, and countless microscopic organisms fill almost every part of the sample. This isn't just leftover food anymore, you guys. It's a thriving ecosystem. So as we increase magnification to 400 times, the amount of activity becomes even more impressive. The tiny round and rod-shaped cells you're seeing are most likely bacteria. They're feeding on nutrients released as the chicken curry continues to break down. Running throughout the sample are long branching strands of mold called hyphae. They're digesting whatever organic material remains. Mixed in with them are clumps of broken down proteins, fats, and cellular debris, creating a nutrient-rich environment that supports countless microscopic organisms. Every one of these organisms has a job. Some break the food apart, others recycle the nutrients, and together they keep this tiny ecosystem alive. So what started as a forgotten pot of chicken curry for my science experiment, it has become an entire microscopic community, all working together to recycle what was once a simple meal. That's pretty cool. Okay, so now that we've examined each organism up close, we can finally see how this entire ecosystem comes together. It all begins with bacteria and mold spores, which are naturally present in the environment. So once they find a food source, they begin breaking it down into simpler nutrients. As decomposition continues, flies are attracted to the food and lay their eggs. So those eggs hatch into maggots, which rapidly consume the decaying material while continuing the recycling process. Beneath the surface, bacteria, fungi, and countless microscopic organisms feed on the nutrients released during the decomposition stage. Together, every member of this ecosystem plays a different role, passing energy and nutrients from one organism to the next. What started out as a single pot of chicken science experiment became a thriving microscopic community where every living thing depended on something else to survive.
Hey guys, so I'm Riley and
I'm Carson.
And we're kicking the visual scientist out of here because he talks too much. You guys literally heard him talking the entire time. We need to change things up here. Let's talk about it. What did we actually see in the pot? What was going on? Like, it was just
nasty stuff in there.
Yeah, well, gross. Like, ew.
And it stunk.
It stunk, huh?
It smelled like mildew, and
it smelled like a big fart. That's what it for sure smelled like.
Like a mildew, big fart.
Yeah. Also, like, was it kind of cool when we looked in the pot and there was maggots? No? You didn't think so? Mm-hmm. Why not?
Cause it was nasty.
Nasty? Yeah, they did look pretty gross if I'm being... Honestly, I don't know. It was kind of interesting looking at it underneath the microscope, if I'm being real with y'all. It was, like, kind of cool in a way, but also very nasty. And, like, I did not know maggots had fangs. If y'all knew that, like, put something in the comments. I don't know. That's pretty cool. I did not know that. Like, and it's cool how they can, like, actually turn into flies. And that's how they actually start. It's like a kind of like how a big giant cycle of life. Kind of how, like, a butterfly turns into a caterpillar. But that's for another video. That's another day.
A caterpillar turns to a butterfly.
That's what I meant.
It was at this moment when Carson knew he messed up.
He caught me there. Honestly, I think you guys should subscribe for more because there's a lot of cool things that the visual scientist does on here. And they're very interesting and very cool to look at.
No AI.
And it's no AI. Like, he's my grandpa. Like, I know him by person. He's a very funny person and very talkative and very knowledgeable. So I think you guys should, like, watch his videos. And, like, they're honestly, like, kind of cool when you actually, like, engage in the videos and actually see what he does with some gross things. But anyways, and
if you don't subscribe, you will be with the unsubscribers right
there. The unsubscribers up there. This is my friend Jimmy. I'm so sorry for his loss. We had to he unsubscribed and said some hateful things on here. So Jimmy, rest in peace.
Peace.
Say bye. Bye. Peace out, Scout.